Saturday morning coffee never happened. Raymond Blakely reached for his flannel pocket and felt nothing.
Number. No, this can't be. I put it right in the pocket last night. It was supposed to be there.
He tore through the laundry basket. Empty. He sprinted to the bedroom. No flannel shirt anywhere. His heart began pounding. He burst out the front door, bare feet on the cold driveway, and saw the garbage truck already lifting his bin toward the hopper.
No, wait, stop, drop that bin.
The bin inverted. Bags tumbled into the truck's maw. The hydraulic arm retracted. It was done. He stood alone on the curb, the weight of what he'd lost just beginning to press down. 24 hours earlier, Raymond had walked into the Shell station on Route 9 with the quiet satisfaction of a man who knows his small joys.
Afternoon, Ray. The usual $20 scratch-off. You know it, Walt. It's the only gamble I take. Saturday morning, coffee and a little scratch.
He slipped the ticket into his flannel pocket, right beside his pen, and patted it once. A familiar comfort. A promise. That evening, Raymond pulled into the driveway of the house he'd shared with Kimberly for 11 years and still felt like a guest in.
There's grit on the floor again, Raymond. Don't you ever wipe your boots before coming inside?
Evening to you too, Kim. Yeah, I am fine. Thanks for asking. Long day.
You know how long it takes to clean these floors? 3 hours, Raymond. 3.
I bought a scratch-off today. It's in my pocket. Saturday morning ritual. You remember.
Oh, wonderful. More trash to clutter up the house. Just make sure you throw it away after you lose.
Raymond just shook his head, too tired to argue. Same fight, different day, same ending. He pulled off his flannel and dropped it into the hamper, the ticket still tucked safely in the pocket. A small paper promise. Kimberly watched the hamper with a tightness in her jaw. A war already planned for the morning laundry blitz. In that hamper, the ticket sat silent, one night away from the garbage truck he would chase the next morning. Kimberly moved through the hallway with purpose, a black trash bag in hand, ready to restore order.
By the time I am done, there won't be a single piece of clutter in this house.
She entered the laundry room and spotted the hamper, the flannel draped over its edge. She yanked the flannel from the hamper, pockets unchecked, and shoved it into the bag. The ticket crinkled soundlessly inside the pocket, now buried under a week's worth of junk. Kimberly pulled the drawstring tight and tied a knot, her nightly duty complete.
One less pile of clutter.
She carried the bag outside to the wheeled bin and heaved it in, the thud echoing in the quiet night. The bin sat at the curb, silent under the yellow streetlight, the secret slowly ticking toward morning. Inside, the ticket waited for the dawn pickup that would seal its fate. At 6 a.m. sharp, the sanitation truck rolled down the street and stopped beside the bins. The hydraulic arm lifted the bin, and the bag with the flannel plunged into the compactor. Raymond woke to sun on his face, reached for the chair where his flannel always sat, and touched air. The chair sat empty. No flannel, no pocket, no ticket. The silence pressed in. He yanked open the laundry hamper. Empty. His mouth went dry. He fumbled for his phone and called the waste authority, voice already cracking. Once it's loaded, it's gone. There's nothing we can do, the dispatcher said flatly. Raymond dropped the phone and walked out to the porch. He sat down hard, head in his hands. That evening, a news anchor announced an unclaimed $2.1 million scratch-off winner from the Shell station on Route 9.
That's my ticket. My $2 million ticket is in a landfill.
Monday morning, Raymond drove 40 miles to the county landfill, his knuckles white on the steering wheel.
I need to look through Saturday's residential load. I threw out something by mistake, something important.
The guard didn't blink. Nobody goes onto the pile. Liability. It's compacted and covered. You'd never find it anyway.
I'll pay you. Whatever it takes. $200. Just let me walk the perimeter, please.
The guard shook his head and pointed to the sign. No trespassing, no exceptions.
There's $2 million under that mountain of trash, but he won't let me near it.
Raymond stood at the chain-link fence, staring at the endless mounds of waste. The ticket was somewhere in there, rotting. But then he straightened. He couldn't dig through trash, but he could dig through records. There had to be a way.
Police report, then the lottery office. I am not leaving that ticket to rot.
He got back in his truck and drove toward the police station, the landfill shrinking in his rearview mirror. Raymond pulled into the station lot and walked through the glass doors, holding onto a thin thread of hope.
I need to file a report. A lottery ticket was thrown out with the trash, and that ticket just won $2 million.
The desk officer leaned back and folded his arms. He listened, but his expression didn't change.
You don't understand. I bought it. I have receipts. I just need someone to help me prove it.
The officer said, without the physical ticket, it was a civil matter. He'd take the report, but there was nothing criminal to investigate. Raymond filled out the form anyway, his hand shaking as he wrote down what he'd lost. The officer stamped the report and slid it back. The Lottery Commission handles lost ticket claims. That's your next stop.
They think I am crazy, but I know what I held in my hand.
He walked out with a thin copy of the report, the case number already feeling like a dead end. He sat in his truck and called the Lottery Commission, putting the last of his hope into a ringing phone. The line clicked, and a woman from the State Lottery Claims Department began asking sharp questions. Without the physical ticket, you must provide proof of purchase, receipt, video, something we can verify.
Proof of purchase. The Shell station. Walt had those security cameras behind the counter.
He'd seen the sign, 24-hour video surveillance. The DVR system recorded on a 2-week loop, then overwrote itself.
It's been 4 days since Friday. I have maybe 10 days left before those files disappear forever.
He thanked the claims officer and hung up, his mind already calculating the window of time. Now it was a sprint against the clock. If the footage still existed, it could be the proof he needed.
Walter knows me. He'll help. I just have to get there now.
He twisted the key in the ignition and the truck engine growled, pointed toward Route 9. The landfill was a dead end, but the camera might still hold the truth. Raymond pulled into the Shell station and killed the engine, already rehearsing what he'd say. He pushed through the door and saw Walter behind the counter, wiping down the scratch-off display.
Walt, I need a huge favor. The ticket I bought Friday. You remember me, right? It's winner. It's the $2 million one.
That was you. I about fell out of my chair when I saw the news. The security footage, it might still be on the box.
Walter led Raymond into the cramped back office and woke the DVR monitor. The screen flickered to life.
The system overwrites every 14 days. Friday, that's already 4 days back. We've got to find it fast.
They scrolled through hours of grainy video, the timestamp spinning forward. Then Raymond's hand shot toward the screen.
That's it. That's me, right there. The ticket. I am putting it in my pocket. That's the proof.
Got it. I am burning this to a disk for you. We'll make a copy. No one's disputing this.
The disk spun onto the tray, and Raymond held the slim case like it was made of gold. Because, for him, it essentially was. He submitted the disk and the police report, then waited. 2 days later, a state investigator pulled into his driveway.
I am Patricia Mills, Lottery Security Division. I need to discuss your claim and the circumstances of your missing ticket.
Come in. I've got nothing to hide. I bought that ticket Friday evening, and my wife threw it out with the trash.
You say you bought it Friday, kept it in your flannel pocket, and then it was in the laundry hamper. Can you walk me through the timeline?
I put it in my pocket after buying it. Around 4 p.m., came home. got barked at, took the shirt off around 10 p.m. That's it.
Why didn't you scratch it right away? Most people check their tickets immediately.
Because it was my ritual. Saturday morning, coffee, scratch for 12 years. Ask anyone who knows me.
Patricia made notes, her expression unreadable. Raymond felt the interview tipping away from him.
We'll verify your evidence. This process takes time. If anything doesn't line up, your claim will be denied.
She thinks I am lying, but the video doesn't lie. It's just a matter of time.
Word travels fast in a small town. By Thursday, Kimberly Blakely had heard the rumors.
Is it true? About the scratch ticket? The one that won $2 million?
Who told you about that?
Half the town, Raymond. They're saying you are trying to claim it. That ticket got thrown out with the trash. If that ticket was yours, then half of that money is mine.
What? Half? You threw it in the trash, Kim. You don't get to claim anything.
I am your wife. The law says it's community property. You'd better believe I am getting my share.
Raymond stared at her, seeing for the first time not a spouse, but a rival calculating the odds.
She didn't even apologize. She just saw dollar signs.
The battle lines were drawn, and the lottery money hadn't even been awarded yet. Later that week, Raymond's phone rang with the state lottery's caller ID. He grabbed it fast.
Mr. Blakely, we've received a second claim for the same winning ticket. Someone else insists it's theirs.
That's impossible. The ticket was mine. I am the one who bought it. I have the video.
We understand, but we must investigate every claim. This delays the process. The new claimant provided a supposed receipt.
Raymond's hand trembled. Another obstacle. His window of proof was shrinking.
Who would do this? Someone trying to steal what I rightfully won.
He drove straight to the Shell station, needing a steady voice. Walter listened at the counter.
Don't let it shake you, Ray. You've got real proof, the DVR footage. They'll see that.
But what if they believe the other guy first? I am running out of time, Walt.
Walter clapped his shoulder. The false claim was just another hurdle, but the truth was still on his side. That evening, Raymond returned home to find Kimberly's purse open on the kitchen counter, a slip of paper peeking out. He pulled it out just as Kimberly walked into the room, her face tightening when she saw what he held.
County landfill visitor pass. Monday morning. She went to the same place that turned me away. You went to the landfill after I was turned away? What were you doing there?
I was trying to help. I felt awful about throwing out your ticket. I wanted to make it right.
But her voice wavered, and the explanation didn't land clean. Raymond's jaw tightened.
Help. You've already demanded half. I think you were scouting for your own claim.
That's not true. I would never. It was a mistake, and I just wanted to fix it.
He stared at the receipt, then at her, and saw a stranger calculating the odds. The receipt lay between them on the counter, and the marriage cracked a little more. Patricia Mills called with news that brought momentary relief. The second claim had been dismissed as fraudulent.
One battle won, but another had started right on my kitchen counter.
2 evenings later, Raymond came home to a manila envelope taped to the front door. He tore it open and felt the ground shift. Petition for legal separation and community property. Freeze, the words hit like a physical blow.
She actually did it. She's trying to tie up the money before it's even awarded.
Kimberly had lawyered up, moving fast to seize what she believed was hers.
I needed someone who could fight back, someone who wouldn't flinch at a courtroom.
He called Evelyn Cross the next morning, a divorce attorney known for her sharp mind and sharper tactics.
If that ticket was purchased before separation, it may be a marital asset. But I am going to make sure she can't freeze what you've worked for.
Then do it. Whatever it costs, I am not letting her take half.
Evelyn Cross leaned back in her chair and laid out the cold truth, with the bluntness Raymond needed.
The Lottery Commission won't release a cent while your marital status is contested. That prize is frozen until a divorce decree. If the ticket is community property, she gets half. Right now, she's filed to claim exactly that. You have a choice. Offer her a settlement, or fight and argue the ticket was exclusively yours. It's riskier, but possible.
She threw my ticket in the trash and never said sorry. I am not giving her a dime. This will cost me legal fees, time, and more years of her in my life. But she won't win.
Good. Then we take the offensive. We'll demonstrate that the ticket was your separate entertainment, not a marital investment.
Raymond signed the retainer and pushed the paper across the desk. He had chosen to fight.
I've worked too hard to let someone who didn't even check the pockets walk away with half my miracle.
Evelyn gathered her notes. The war for every dollar of that $2 million had officially begun. 3 weeks after the landfill receipt shattered his trust, Raymond Blakely sat before the Lottery Commission, a panel of 3 stern officials.
I purchased that ticket on Friday, the 14th of March, at the Shell station on Route 9. I have the security footage to prove it.
The footage played on the monitor. Raymond's grainy image handing cash across the counter, the unmistakable ticket sliding into his pocket.
Why didn't you scratch it immediately, Mr. Blakely? Most people would.
Because it was my Saturday morning ritual. I'd wait, make coffee, then scratch. I've done it for 12 years.
From the gallery, Kimberly rose, shouting that the ticket was marital property. An official gavelled her silent. The panel chair instructed everyone to speak only when recognized. Kimberly's face twisted in fury.
Everything came down to 3 strangers in a closed room. My whole life hanging on their decision.
You presented the truth. That counts for something.
Raymond sat on the hard bench, his hands clasped, waiting for the verdict that would either set him free or break him. The panel chair summoned Raymond back into the hearing room. The 3 officials stood smiling. Claim approved. The full prize is awarded to Raymond Blakely.
It was surreal. After chasing that garbage truck and facing all the doubt, $2 million now sat in my account.
He accepted the oversized check, his hands trembling, and for the first time in weeks, he breathed. At the bank, he slid the check across the counter and watched the deposit clear. The official notification letter arrived later, prize awarded in full. He read it twice.
The prize is secured, but the divorce still pending. We keep fighting.
Evelyn shook his hand firmly, a silent promise to push through.
I have the money. Now I just need to be free of her.
The legal war wasn't over, but Raymond now had the resources to finish it. The divorce court convened in a sterile room, the air heavy with the weight of 11 bitter years.
The ticket was his separate property, purchased with his own pocket money on a habitual Friday ritual. She threw it out.
The judge's ruling was clear. The lottery prize is separate property. Petitioner Kimberly Blakely's claim to half is denied.
Not a single cent for her. After all the doubt and the greed, the law saw the truth.
Raymond took the pen and signed the final divorce decree. His hand was steady.
11 years over. Just like that.
It's done. You are free, and the money is yours alone.
Thank you, Evelyn. You gave me back my life.
The gavel had fallen, and for the first time in a long time, Raymond Blakely walked out of a building without looking back. The old pickup truck waited outside, and he drove away with a deed of freedom and a bank account full of justice. 2 days later, Raymond pulled up to the house that no longer felt like his and cut the engine. He walked up the steps with a manila envelope, and Kimberly opened the door, her face already set for a fight.
Is that my settlement? Finally realizing you owe me.
Number. This is the final divorce decree. You asked for half. Here is what you get. I paid both lawyers. Consider that your share.
You can't be serious. I get nothing?
You get the divorce you wanted, and I get the rest of my life.
He turned and walked down the driveway, leaving her on the porch with nothing but the signed paper.
And not once did I look back.
The truck started, and the house shrank in the mirror. Just one more chapter now closed. Raymond pulled into the lot of a quiet apartment complex, a simple building with clean lines and no clutter. He carried a single box inside and set it on the bare living room floor. No furniture, just space and silence.
Not one person here to tell me I am doing it wrong.
The next morning, sunlight fell across a plain kitchen counter. He brewed coffee in a dented pot, and the smell felt like freedom. He sat at a small, square table, the same one from his first marriage, now just a table. No fights attached.
She used to scream about coffee rings. Now I can leave one on purpose.
He opened a window and let the morning air push out the old weight. No more tiptoeing.
$2 million didn't buy this. This is just what silence feels like when it's yours.
He took his time with the coffee. No Saturday deadline. No need to scratch anything at all. The boxes could wait. Right then, Raymond just sat and let the quiet be enough. A few days later, Raymond walked into the diner where Walter always grabbed lunch after the morning rush.
Ray, look at you. You look peaceful.
I owe you, Walt, more than you know.
They slid into a booth, and for a moment, it was just two old men who'd shared a strange journey.
You don't owe me a thing, Ray. I just played back a recording.
Raymond reached into his jacket and pulled out a small, gift-wrapped box.
Open it. A little token. It's not much, but it comes from a grateful heart.
Inside was a vintage baseball, signed by the player Walter had idolized since childhood.
How did you? This is incredible. Too much, Ray. Way too much.
They drank their coffee, not talking much after that. And the quiet was the most honest thanks of all. 1 year later, the newspaper on the porch was just a weather forecast. No headlines about him anymore. He owned a small house now, with a garden out back where he grew tomatoes. And no arguments. He drove to the supermarket on a Tuesday, list in hand, no rush. In the cereal aisle, he saw her, Kimberly. Same pressed blouse, same tight jaw.
She didn't see me, and I didn't need her to.
He turned his cart and walked the other way. No anger, no satisfaction, just a choice. The automatic doors slid open, and he stepped into the afternoon sun. He loaded the bags into his old truck and sat for a moment with the window down.
She's still chasing something. I already found it.
He pulled out of the lot, the radio playing something old, and the road leading home. One last Saturday, Raymond sat at his kitchen table with a fresh scratch-off and coffee, the old ritual now weightless. He scratched with a coin, the familiar sound filling the small room.
Not a winner. Just like all the others before the big one.
He shrugged and tossed it into the trash. No drama, no second glance. He lifted his mug, steam curling in the morning light, and took a slow sip.
This was the real prize, the quiet.
For a moment, an image passed through his mind, the empty curb, the garbage truck rumbling away. But it didn't hurt anymore. It was just a memory. Weightless as the losing ticket. The screen faded to Raymond on his porch. Same ball cap, a gentle smile, the sun setting behind him, and the story closes, not with a fortune, but with peace.